Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to the Thai Expat Daily Show. I'm your host, Kieran Mack. As always, I'm delighted you've been able to tune in with us on this beautiful Tuesday morning from Phuket. Now, before we do get started, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that YouTube will always let you know when we upload a podcast or show or live stream onto the platform. Now, my apologies for being, somewhat not consistent in the past couple of weeks. Well, I was sick originally, and in the last couple of weeks, I have been working on something really big for the Thai Expat Daily Show, something that I know you guys are really going to love, something that will benefit the expat community and also tourists, foreigners from all around the world. So that is coming in the next couple of months. So please do bear with me if I'm not quite as consistent as I have been in the past. But now that's all done and dusted, let's jump into the trending stories here in Thailand today. So, if you're living or working here in Thailand, or you're a Thai citizen, and you've heard about this new tourism tax that's supposed to kick off in early next year, you're probably wondering, well, does this affect me? Well, good news. It looks like you're all in the clear, according to the Phuket Ministry of Tourism and Sports. Now, here's what's going on. The Phuket MOTS office just confirmed that the new tourism tax, the one still being debated and hasn't even gone to cabinet yet, won't apply to foreigners living or working in Thailand. So if you've got a non-immigrant visa, an immigrant visa, you're a Thai citizen, or you have a work permit, you're exempt from paying this tax. Basically, this is only going to hit short-term tourists, not long-term residents. Now, before we all breathe a sigh of relief, there's a catch. This thing isn't set in stone yet. The tax has yet to be presented to the cabinet for approval. And according to officials, some details could change once this happens. But for now, the Phuket MOTS office is saying that expats and foreign workers won't be lumped in with tourists when this tax comes into play. Now, here's how it might work. The tax could be structured similarly to the entry fee Thailand already has in place for tourists. You know, those fees that get bundled into your ticket price when you fly in. So if you're on a tourist visa, you likely have to pay. But if you're here on a work visa or something else more permanent, you're going to be basically off the hook. Now, the bottom line, well, if you're living or working in Thailand long term, this new tax won't affect you for now. But keep an eye on this, because things could shift once it gets to cabinet, and you know how fast things change here in Thailand. So what do you think about it? Is it fair to charge only short-term tourists this tax? Should everyone chip in, or is the government making the right move by exempting expats and workers? Let me know your comments, your thoughts down below in the comment section, as always. So, okay, listen up, folks. We have a story that could change the way you travel through Thailand. Later this year, 6 major Thai airports are rolling out a brand new biometric identification system using facial recognition tech. Yeah, it's like stepping into the future. Just now, show your ID once and you're good to go from baggage drop all the way to the boarding gate. No more constantly fishing out your passport and boarding pass. Now, according to Kirati Kitamanwat, director of the Airports Authority of Thailand, this system is going live for domestic passengers on November 1st and for international travelers on December 1st. So if you're flying through one of these airports, Suvarnabhumi, Don Muang, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Phuket, or Hat Yai, you'll be using this new system pretty soon. So here is how it's basically going to work. When you check in, either at the counter or using one of those self-service kiosks, you will need to let them collect your biometric data, basically your facial information. That data, along with your travel itinerary, gets stored electronically. After that, you can breeze through the airport without having to show your passport or boarding pass at every checkpoint. Pretty slick, right? Well, but there's a catch. It's only good for one journey, and you'll have to re-register every time you fly. Now, on the upside, passenger traffic is already up 20% compared to last year, and expected to even get higher next year. So anything that cuts down on those long, slow lines at airports is a win for travelers. But, and this is a big but, some people might be a little uneasy about the whole biometric data collection thing. After all, handing over your personal info to a system like this always comes with privacy concerns. So what do you think? Is the new system going to make traveling through Thai airports way easier? Or does the idea of sharing your biometric data leave you feeling, well, a little bit uncomfortable? Let me know your comments, as always, in the comment section. So, if you love Bangkok street food, this is going to sting a little. The legendary J5, yep, the one-star Michelin restaurant that's been putting Thai street food on the global map since 2018, is reportedly getting ready to shut down next year. And the reason? Well, rising costs and supply chain nightmares. So here's the deal. Supinya Junsuta, the 81-year-old culinary icon behind the J5, dropped this bombshell recently saying the insane price hikes for ingredients, especially seafood, are making it nearly impossible to keep the business running. Now, according to the head of the Restaurant Business Club, logistic costs have shot up, pushing seafood prices up 10% compared to earlier this year. On top of that, natural disasters like floods and droughts are just making everything worse for agricultural and the food supply chain. So let's talk specifics. Coriander, of all things, is now going for 240 baht per kilo, up from 160 baht. If you've ever been in a kitchen, you know that's a huge jump, especially when restaurant operators are trying to keep raw material costs under 35% of their total expenses. Now, some places are pushing 40%, which is killing their profit margins. But it's not just a rise in costs. J5, who's been checking the quality of ingredients personally every morning, is 81 years old and is understandably getting tired. She's already cut down the restaurant's operating days from 6 days a week to 4 days and has hinted a few times that she's ready to retire. And it seems like this time it's really happening. Now, what's more, her daughters aren't interested in taking over the business, so when J5 closes, it could be the end of an era. But here's the silver lining. She's not done with the food industry entirely. She's talking about sharing her recipes and possibly collaborating with other food ventures, including some Korean food companies that are already launching partnerships. So we might see J5's influence live on in some form. Of course, this is a big hit for Thailand's soft power. The Tourism Authority of Thailand even weighed in, saying it's a huge loss for the country's image. I mean, J5 wasn't just another street food spot. It was an institution that helped elevate Thai street food to Michelin level greatness. So I put it to you today, is the rising cost of ingredients really enough to take down a giant like J5, or could there have been another way to keep it going? And what does this mean for street food culture here in Thailand? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and always stay amazing, guys. And finally, we're going to talk about air quality here in Thailand because it's getting a little bit serious. Now, according to the latest data from IQ Air, both Bangkok and Chiang Mai have made it into the top 50 most polluted cities in the world. And trust me, that's not a list you want to be on. Now, as of the morning, Bangkok was sitting in 13th place with an AQI, that's Air Quality Index, of 101. Well, not really great, but hey. It was even worse earlier in the day when it briefly ranked 7th. Chiang Mai, the northern gem of Thailand, didn't fare much better. It's 43rd on the list with an AQI of 66. And in case you're wondering what's at the top of this unfortunate leaderboard, well, Delhi, India has the crown with a whopping 287 AQI. Well, it's pretty brutal, actually. It's not just Thailand, though. Over in Southeast Asia, Hanoi ranked 4th with an AQI of 174. So if you're in the region, it's not looking great for clear skies anywhere right now. But here's the breakdown for Bangkok. The highest level of PM 2.5, the superfine dust that gets into your lungs, were found in Nong Kem district at 53.1 microns per cubic meter, which is well over the safe limit. Other hotspots included Sathon, Bangkok Yai, Bang Bon, and Pasai Charon, and the city's overall average was 35.5. Now, what's causing all of this? Well, Bangkok's governor, Chachart Sithipunt, summed it up very well. When rain subsides, dust returns. And yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. As soon as the rain lets up, that dust pollution comes roaring back. The city is trying to get it under control by cracking down on vehicle emissions and construction activity, especially targeting construction trucks, which are huge contributors to the dust problem. But here's the thing. This isn't just a Thailand problem, of course. Pollution is a growing issue across major cities worldwide, and Southeast Asia is getting hit very, very hard. With increasing construction, traffic, and industrial activity, it's a tough battle to fight. So I'm putting it to you today, should the government be doing more to combat air pollution, or is this just part of living in a rapidly developing city? And if you're in Thailand or another city dealing with bad air, how do you cope with it? Let me know in the comments section, as always, because your opinion, what you have to say, always matters to me and us here on the Thai Expat Daily Show.